Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Encrypted Connections. I am your host, Kyle. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday because it's recycling day here. That's how I know what day it is. Otherwise, I'd have no idea.
Or you
So,
could call it Friday Eve.
yeah, it could be Friday Eve also. That's right. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a new guest, somebody who's not been on the show before, somebody who's got some really incredible experience, ongoing experience with a family of Sasquatch in Arkansas, correct?
In Arkansas, correct. Yes.
In Arkansas, okay. So yeah, him and his wife have some ongoing activity. They've been building a relationship with these creatures for quite a while. He's a friend of a friend who is part of this family. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kenny Busby. How are you tonight, Kenny?
Doing really well, really well.
Well, that's good to hear, brother. That's good to hear. I am still a little under the weather tonight, guys.
I know. I hated to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know.
And I thought you might have wanted to, put it off until you got to feeling better.
We're good.
At first, but you said no. I'm going to fight it through, and we're going to go. We're just going to do it. So
we're going to get it done, man. We're going to get it done. I took a matter of fact and I feel bad because last night one of our friends asked me to help out on their show because their other co-host was sick, and I just was like, last night I couldn't do it. I just was I literally couldn't even get myself up off the couch last night. I was so tired. And so I had to say no, and I just felt really bad. And I just said today I'm just going to push through. We had this already scheduled, and I got another scheduled show on Friday. It's not my show, but if you guys would please consider coming over to watch Bushcraft Family on Friday. I made a post about it on the channel. I'm going to put another one up in the Facebook group, and then I'm going to also put one on the Instagram page. And I'll probably make a quick live video about it. They were so gracious in asking me to come over to their channel on Friday to, I guess, interview me, talk about some stuff, and they're wonderful people. They're really good friends with our really good friends, Bigfoot Lake and Lake Fairy. And, they're just great. They're really great. And so they were gracious enough to ask me over. And so I'm so happy to go over there and spend some time with them. So please, if you got time Friday, it's at 7:30. I don't know if that's Eastern time, Central time, Mars time. I'll have to find out because I forgot to ask. But anyway.
Okay.
Anyway. We're here. Let me get in the chat. Back to business. Let me get in the chat. Let me say hi to, the connected fam who's here, because this is my family, these wonderful people here. It's part of the reason why I do this. It's probably the biggest reason that I do this is the people that come and watch and support and show so much love. So I try as best as I can to show it back. Jennifer, Janelle, Sugar, River. Good day, mate. River is from Australia. River's actually a researcher himself. River. How do I get a hold of you, River? You got to give me a way to get a hold of you because I'd love to have you on this show, man. I really would. It'd be an honor to have you on this show. He's got some really amazing stuff to share too. Janelle, Vicky. Oh, hey, Vicky, that must be Kenny's wife, Vicky.
That
Um,
would be
That would
that
be yes.
that
That
would
would
be
be her.
her.
it.
Sugar Britches. Sugar Britches still my favorite name on in the YouTube chats. Kathy Zabrowski, welcome, Kathy. Jennifer Mangrum, welcome. Let's see who else is here. Brown Dwarf, another wonderful person. Me and Brown Dwarf had a really good. We had a great chat that New Year's Eve night. All of us. That was a really fun live. I had a really good time that night. Annie, welcome. Nathan, welcome. Who else? Am I missing anybody? Let me make sure. Sonia's from Iceland, I believe. It's 30 minutes past midnight here in Iceland. Very cold outside. Nice to listen to something I know is going to be good. Thank you, Kyle. Oh, thank you so much, Sonia. That amazes me. Somebody's listening from Iceland. Just incredible. So anyway, let's get down to
Iceland?
business.
Wow.
Yeah, Iceland, incredible. We get Iceland. I
Yeah.
got some people from Germany. River is from Australia. I mean, this is it. To me, that blows my mind. I'm just this big goofball who likes to talk about, hairy, giant bipedal humanoids and
Right.
sometimes aliens and ghosts and all kinds of other weird stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's amazing to me that anybody would come listen to me babble on about this. But hey, I really, truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. John Kilpatrick, thank you for being here. Long Island. He says, I guess I missed him in the chat. He says, "F me, I guess." LOL.
Oh
No,
no.
no, he's my
Oh
brother.
no.
That's my brother right there. I tell you right
Oh
now,
okay.
I've said this for a long
Anyway.
time. If it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for Mike, this channel would have been sorely lacking in the guest department in the beginning. Mike was
Oh, I got you.
instrumental. He was instrumental. It was him who got me Ron Moorhead. It was him who got me Doug, or no, it
Ron.
was him who got me
Okay.
Doug, right? You got me Doug Highcheck. You got whatever. He got me a bunch of people, just put it that way. So if it wasn't for him, this
I got
channel
you.
probably wouldn't be what it is. He's my buddy. He's amazing. If you don't sub to Long Island
That's
Bigfoot, I suggest you go do that now.
that's really cool, man.
Yeah, very
Yes.
good. Carson, we got people coming in as we're talking. If I don't get to you right now, I'm sorry. I will. And if you have questions, please put them in capital, in caps, so that I see them. I can star them. I can ask them at the end. Let's please try to keep it clean. I'm going to do my best. I know I'm not great at it, but I'll try so hard. I know that there's maybe some children watching. If I slip up and say I won't, I promise it won't be a bad one. It won't be an F or any of
Right.
those really bad ones. But I do my
Yeah.
best. I'm sorry. I'm a work in progress, as we say, right? Progress over perfection. That's what we say.
Well, I'll tell you, this is my first podcast, so I'm going with the flow. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
you ask me whatever you need to ask me, or about a particular, experience, and I just go with the flow.
All
You
right. Well,
know,
that's good. That's all we can do. That's right. That's all we can do.
so you're into the business, and I just tell you my experience.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
right,
Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I've been trying to get my car fixed for a little while. Everybody knows this, and I think I found a
right.
mechanic to do the work on the side for a really good price. He just messaged me right now. I'm gonna answer him real quick, but we can talk and while I do this. It's easy, Ken. I'll guide you the whole way. Hold on. Sorry. All right, we're good. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. That's terrible. That's very unprofessional of me, but been trying to get this thing fixed for so long, and it's just a pain in the butt. So let's do this, man. So
Okay.
you and your wife have been forming this relationship with a family of Sasquatch in Arkansas for how long now?
About 5 to 6 years in the general vicinity of
Okay.
that, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And
About 5 to 6 years. Yeah.
how did it start? What happened? Was it just one of those things you were on a hike in the woods and these things started tossing, acorns at you or hooting and hollering at you? Or
No, we just went down to a creek one day. I mean, where we newly moved, as a matter of fact, away from, well, not a long ways, but about 50 miles away from where we used to live. And we just went down and anyway, we took a fishing pole. We really weren't down there to fish or anything. I did throw uh, you know, just I mean, a throw or two in the creek. As we call it. It's now our gifting spot, by the way.
oh, okay.
But yeah, and that's where our gifting spot ended up being at. And it's really cool because I just threw a couple times in the creek, didn't get no bites because the creek was moving really swiftly right at that point in time. And you usually don't catch, fish during when the creek's moving that fast.
Right.
So anyway, that's when it started. Is we saw them right there. Is it was that day that we just innocently went down there. We weren't looking for them, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always tell you. I tell everybody, you don't find Bigfoot. Bigfoot finds you.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
I mean, and that's a fact. And so, but that's when it really all started.
All right.
And
And so
anyway,
what? So you tossed you made a couple tosses into the creek off your fishing pole, and what happened? They just you could see them. They just showed up. You physically saw the creatures.
yes, we did that day, but they also tossed rocks in the creek, as they often do.
Hmm.
And I mean, every time we go down to the creek, it's if Junior's there, he's always going to toss rocks in the creek every time.
And Junior is one of the juveniles.
Well, if you want to call him, he's 11 foot tall.
Holy mother!
If you really want to call him a juvenile, still, I guess. But in our group, yeah, he could be. But
Wow. Okay, so then let's do this. How about you? How many in the group that you know of, or that you think there are?
oh, there's well over there's 12 that we know of. There's more than that though.
12.
I mean, oh yeah, easily. There's at least a dozen.
That's a box of donuts. That's a lot of
Yeah,
Sasquatch.
it's and they're all cool. You know, sometimes they're just. I mean, some of them are like, there's one we call Trey, for instance. I mean, he was in one of my uh, things I posted on Daryl's website the other day. The rock throwers. He was one of the rock throwers, but he doesn't like to really interact with you too much. He just ignores you and goes on. You know what I mean?
Just kind of does his thing and that's
Right.
it. Okay. All
He
right.
doesn't care we're there.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Yeah, right. He doesn't care we're there. He just does his own thing and just ignores us.
Okay. Okay.
But you see him every once in a while, which is
Yeah.
cool. But Junior, now he plays jokes on your ass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about saying the A word,
It's all right. It's okay.
but Junior always plays jokes on you.
Okay. Well, so
And
what you do? You hide your car
what did
keys on you.
what hasn't he done? Uh, is the better question.
They have the thing is that what I keep learning about this and about them, especially juveniles, is that they have a sense of humor. They really do.
Yeah, well, this juvenile is 11 foot tall. Keep that in mind. Yeah, he's still a teenager.
Good
So
God.
yeah, and he's still got a teenager's mind too. But I love him, and he loves my wife though more than he loves me. I promise you that.
Yeah, that's common. That's common.
Yeah, but sister.
Well, no, I mean it's a fact. I
Yeah.
mean they will take care of a kid and they will take care of a female way faster than they'll take care of an adult male. I that's but not that they won't take care of us too, but they'll take care of them first.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
just the, that's just the way they're raised, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but
So
anyway, let's get back. I'm sorry.
so let's do this. Start from the very beginning. Tell me what. Okay, so you said you saw him one day when you were fishing at the creek. Now
Correct.
from there, just go forward and tell me the things that happened in order from that point on up until now. What how you started the relationship, what's happened during that time, and then where you're at this point. And if you get stumbled on something, I'll help guide you along the way. But let's go in order so that the people in the chat understand where this started, what happened in the middle, and then how we got to where we are now.
Okay. That's a lot of stuff. Uh but anyway, no, we saw him that first day. I remember that, and it was awesome because I have to take you back to to when I was a kid, like I told you yesterday when we talked. I mean, remember when I told you about the booger man?
Mm-hmm.
So I already knew about Bigfoot early in my age when I was growing up. When we were out coon hunting, and we I witnessed there was a dog just ripped in half because he was just treeing a coon.
Okay.
But the Bigfoot said, "No, that's my coon." So he ripped the yapper. That's why I call them yappers, in half. And I kept tugging on my Uncle Leo's. He's the one who taught me how to hunt and fish way back in the day. And I tugged on, and he just say, "Quit it, quit it, quit it, just hush up." And I kept asking him, "What did that, Uncle Leo?" He goes, he's the booger man." So that's what I grew up knew him as being, was the booger man, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let's get past that now. I just wanted to give you a little bit of beforehand that it wasn't just then at this point in our lives at the creek that we're talking about right now that started this.
Gotcha.
You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
So
absolutely, absolutely. And
yeah, so
that booger man thing goes back a long, long way down south. I mean, this is generations. Great grandparents and grandparents told their grandkids and kids, don't be outside at dark. The booger man will come get you. And then
right.
over time, that's been shortened, and now a lot of people down there just call them boogers. We're going to get me going to look for a booger. We're going
Right.
going we're going booger hunting. gonna catch me a booger, right?
Hey, they'll catch one day if they're lucky,
If they're
I
lucky,
guess.
if they're lucky, I wouldn't want to be the guy to catch one because I think you, you catch it, what happens after that is probably not going to be too pleasant.
Well,
But
you
that's all
know,
right. That's all right.
yeah. The only thing I don't want to get caught with is a dog man. Those things I hear are aggressive. I've never met a dog man. Now we've had many experiences with Bigfoot, in our family of Bigfoot, but the dog man we've never met, and we don't want to meet either. So
Yeah, it depends who you talk to. Some people say that they're very aggressive. Other people say that they're, some of them are, some of them aren't. I had a guy tell me, a good friend of mine was talking about an encounter with one just 2 days ago on the show, and said,
yeah,
they encountered one. They said that they had no feelings that they were in any harm or any danger. As a matter of fact, they felt like it just wanted
right,
to be left alone, and they let it
yeah,
go and went on its way, and it never bothered them. But then there's that flip side. You have other people, especially in places like Texas, where the dog man, I don't know if it's Eastern or Western Texas, I forget. But there's a lot of,
probably
it's probably Eastern, you're right, where all the forested land is,
correct. Yeah,
where there's so many stories of these things, and the majority of them are very aggressive, very scary,
yeah,
some violent, yeah, nothing I want to bump into. Plus,
yeah.
man, that's one ugly, ugly, scary looking thing. Can't imagine
It is.
a strange, weird dog face standing on two legs. I'm all set with that, man.
I know.
I'll stick to my
Yeah,
Bigfoots. That's all.
I'm sticking to my Bigfoots too. My Bigfoot family. I love them, and I I'll never leave them, and I don't want to meet a dog man.
That's right.
So that's for me anyway.
Right.
There might be nice dog men out there, but I don't want to meet even the nicest one.
Yep. I don't
I'll just
blame you.
leave it at that.
So what? So what? So now, after the fishing incident, and then
Yeah.
tell me, can you tell me the names of the ones that you have named so far?
Yes, I can do that. Now, just so happens that, well, I'll tell you about that in a little bit. First one got named Daddy because he's the biggest and he's the one that we first met right away. He was just looking. I mean, we heard like vocalizations the first night and all that, but Daddy was the actual first one that we met. And he was the tallest one, and he still is the tallest one
Mm-hmm.
until this day. I,
Okay.
I mean, he was making sure, I guess, we were going to be okay to be in the area because, like I said, you don't find Bigfoot, they find you.
Right.
So, so he, I guess he gave his. I saw him. He was only about, I think, 12 and a half or 13 foot tall at the time. Yeah, something like that. I think he grew another half foot.
God, that's big.
Yeah, he's huge. I mean, you don't want to meet him unless he's your friend, I promise. And but he just looked around at me one day, around the tree, and half of his body come around the tree too. And he was so, oh my gosh, it was unfreaking believable. It just was. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how wide to explain it. Even like 6 feet wide, even. almost.
6 foot.
I mean 5. I mean, I'm just going on memory, I mean, he's huge. I mean,
That's massive.
he's
That is
massive.
massive.
I
That
mean,
is
and he's that tall too, you know. Now, now we've also seen one.
He just wants to know the name.
Oh yeah, now we just call him Daddy
okay.
because we saw him first. And that's the only reason why we called him Daddy is because he was that huge and we saw him first.
All right.
A- and he's turned out to be that as such because he is the daddy of that family.
Okay.
And yeah, the alpha male. Yeah.
And so
And then
that
we met and
then
then
you
we
got
met Mama.
Mama. Okay.
Who is that twin?
And she had twins while we've been with the family, which is
Wow.
yeah, that's how the family started, materializing
And the
with us. It,
and JJ.
yeah, and we named them Little One and JJ. She was the mom. We saw the mama the only time we ever seen the mama. She was pregnant and was about to have the babies. We didn't know they were going to be twins, but she ended up having twins, and we named them, and we saw them several times because they grew up with us, but
Yeah.
so they're not scared of us at all. I mean, if they're around the area, they'll show themselves very clearly, but we ended up naming them JJ and Little One. And Little One is the female and JJ is the male, obviously.
Okay.
Junior.
And then do what?
You're given the names of the family.
Oh yeah.
Junior
Well, yeah, he already knows Junior.
and Sissy.
He already knows Trey. And then Sissy, the most beautifulest Bigfoot I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, you'd marry her. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
Well, I don't know about that one, but
Hey, now you can't. Hey, you can't deny it unless you've seen her.
hey, I'm not. I'm. Don't tell
Even
anybody.
my wife will tell you. My wife has seen her too.
Don't
She tell her, baby.
don't tell anybody. Listen, don't tell anybody. I'm never getting. I'm never getting married. I'm never getting
Oh,
married.
okay, all right.
Not happening.
Well, you don't have to get married, brother.
This is a wonderful
But I'm
question.
telling you,
Hope has a great question. She wants to know what baby present do you get for a Bigfoot mama?
right?
That's a good question.
Biggest and the best, apparently.
Oh
Well,
boy.
I
So
tell you, man.
so tell me about Sissy. Tell me more about Sissy. She said she's beautiful. She's feminine looking.
Oh, she's more human looking than the rest of the family,
Oh wow.
which
Okay.
which means she was brought in from another family than our regular family. This is our this is what we think anyway, and what we've gathered.
So she was
So,
part of a different Bigfoot clan and then
well,
adopted.
I don't like to call them clans
Oh yeah, yeah.
because they're
Okay, yeah,
family.
yeah. Family. Okay, Bigfoot family. Yep. Sorry.
Right. No, that's fine. I don't care. I mean,
I don't like the word
but
either. I don't even know why I used it. It definitely has a bad connotation to it. But yeah, so another Bigfoot family, and they just kind of adopted her.
well, no, I think really at a younger age,
It became Junior's wife.
it became Junior's wife. She became Junior's wife because he went off and met her. Because I'm telling you, I don't even know if I want to go into any of all this, but man, there's certain times now. A lot of people say they smell them every time they're around them. That's not true because we hardly ever smell them when we're around them, except at certain times of the year. And right after that, it seems that's kind of like a mating season or something.
Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Well, here's what I think. Here's what I believe, because and this is true of gorillas, right? Silverback gorillas, great apes. They have the ability to control the scent glands on their bodies, especially their armpits. Their armpits can secrete this foamy, smelly, kind of sticky substance, and it's been shown that they can overproduce it so that it's like bubbling out, bubbling and bubbling and bubbling, and then there's times where it doesn't happen at all. So
Right.
I believe that they can control it just the same way that the great apes in the forest and the zoos can too, because I've only had two times where I've ever had any smell that was strange like that, and known that they were around. And any other time never had a smell.
Right. I mean, people say they always smell when they're around. No, they don't. We're around them a lot, and they don't smell like that all the
Yeah.
time like that.
Nope.
I mean, it's only every once in a while, you know. I mean, you know what I mean. So,
You can
Yep.
also, I mean,
but do what?
Junior and Sissy made Archie, which leads into the
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we think Junior i- is Sissy's husband per se,
Okay.
if you want to call it that, and Archie is
Sissy's baby.
Sissy's baby, which is
Oh,
my favorite little buddy in the world.
really?
I
Okay.
love that man. I love that guy. He's he's gonna grow up just to be like his daddy, Junior, because he's already a freaking prankster. So,
And how old is he?
A year now.
oh, Archie,
Yeah.
He was born.
he's a he.
That's right. Yeah.
He was born right around October the first.
He's about a year and a half now, isn't he?
October the 1st of last year. That's where the vocalizations came from.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
vocalization.
Okay.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean that's he's a really cool guy, man. I mean, I saw, uh, yeah. That's the I can't even remember it when I start talking about it because it's like one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life is when Sissy was nursing him. I, and I got to see that for 3 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and she was just standing there looking at me. She wasn't scared of me. She was doing it on purpose. I don't know why. I don't know why. But
Wow, that's amazing.
she just sat there and just looked at me straight in the eye on purpose and knew I was watching her and just let me watch her nurse little Archie. You know, I mean, and
That
she's got,
that that to me is the ultimate sign of trust.
yes, I mean, and I don't know what to even say about it. I don't even know. I, I,
In that time, though,
I mean,
in that time, we made a gifting spot also. So
yeah, and
we did kind of leave it. You did come to that.
well, no, I told him we made a gifting spot. We did make a gifting spot right where we had our first sighting at. And anyway, we just started. We didn't know what we were doing at first, to be honest with you. I mean, I already knew about Bigfoot, growing up. But this is I mean, we had just moved up here at that time, and like I say, they find you, you don't find them.
That's right.
And
Hey,
so
I
after the
have a
fish,
question. I have a quick
yeah,
question for you, real quick. I'm sorry. Before
yeah, go ahead.
we get off, Frankie in the chat wants to know, and I want to know this too. How big is Archie at 1.5 years old?
Oh no, he wasn't that.
No, now is what they're asking at 1.5 years old. Now, how tall is
How
he?
big? Yeah, how big is he now?
They're asking now, like when the other day when you saw him, how big is he now? About 4.5 foot tall.
No, he's not that tall. No, he's only about 3 foot tall. He's not that old, baby.
Encrypted connections also solves domestic disputes. Just
All right, we're gonna go between. I'd like to give y'all a more precise.
Vicky says
Because I
Vicky says
don't-
4 foot.
Yes, he's about 4 foot tall.
Yeah, he's okay. We'll go with that because I mean, I like to give precise, but
Well, you didn't have a tape measure the last time you saw him. So
no, I never have a tape measure because I don't care to have a
you
tape
can't
measure.
give a precise.
Anyway,
Now let me wait a minute. Back up a minute. So if you had a tape measure, could you how would you measure him? Just by going over to where he was standing and then measuring like approximation up to like a tree near him or something?
oh, now you're being sarcastic.
No,
got you.
I'm not. No.
Like
No.
from where you've seen him, how would you be able to disperse his?
Oh,
He's really being serious.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
I thought you were just making fun with me back and
No,
forth.
no.
How would you be able to determine how tall he was? I mean, would there be a tree there?
Well, yeah, there's a tree there I could have measured him against, but
Okay.
I think he's between 3 and 4 foot tall, to be honest with you. But a foot is a big difference in some people's eyes.
It is. Yeah.
I could say he's 3 foot tall. She could say he's 4 foot tall, and people say, well, they don't have a clue what they're trying to say. That kind of
No.
stuff. You see where I'm coming from?
I know what you're saying. Don't worry about that. Here's the thing, right? Whenever anybody has an encounter, an experience with a Sasquatch, I've never known anybody who's been able to walk up to one and go, "Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Let me get my tape measure out and let me see how tall you are exactly." So all of this is just you have to go off of your knowledge of the surrounding areas, what you determine a foot is in your head, what it looks like to you, and then you make an estimation. I mean, that's the best we can do. It's not
I can go over, and I have went back and measured some of our measurements before against trees from where I saw them at.
Right.
And stuff like that. And that's the correct way to do it.
Right.
I mean,
but you don't always get that. You don't always get that opportunity.
Yeah, you don't get to go, "Hey, Junior, come here a second. Let me get the tape measure out, sir."
Right.
Stand still, Junior.
Hope
is yeah.
Yeah.
You have that encounter where he's only been about 20
stand still, Junior.
Yeah.
I'm fixing to come get your suit size.
Right. Yeah. I want to get your inseam.
Yeah. Oh, so we see you're 11 foot tall.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, go ahead,
a
sir.
size 142 chest.
Right.
Right. So okay. So anyway, So he's a bit. So Archie's about between 3 and 4 foot tall, which is which
Right.
which. Let me say this real quick. Which, when compared to other people's data that I follow,
Mhm.
who've been following other families, right, and
Right.
have been able to not only visually see them, but also have tracks starting from the time that the babies were a few 6 months old, and
Mhm.
now a year, 3 years. Between 3 and 4 foot in the first year to year and a half is
Right.
about what I've heard anyway.
Right.
So it's sounds right to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're talking about something here that this is that they may be related to us, which I believe they are. I believe 100% they're part human.
Oh yes.
But
Yes.
they have this other part, and that other part is something very, very large. Um, so no one really knows how fast they grow. I'll tell you this right now. I feel incredibly bad for every Sasquatch mother out there who has to give birth, because that cannot be a fun process. Uh,
That's a fact.
that cannot be a fun process. I mean, I don't care if she's 9 foot tall. Giving birth
Right.
to a 2 foot tall to 3 foot baby that weighs,
Yes.
that weighs 40 pounds, 30 pounds. Who the hell knows? Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
doesn't sound fun to me.
Oh,
Um,
No, it's not fun. I couldn't believe it would be fun. I mean,
no,
my
it doesn't
gosh.
doesn't sound like my kind of fun anyway.
No, that's not my kind of fun anyway.
yeah.
Dad gum.
Someone just,
um,
someone
so
just actually, it's act.
What?
I want to say this real quick, and I know y'all can hear me. Miss Jeannie asked what color is their hair. The
right.
interesting aspect of that one is about Sissy and her hair that he can tell you about.
Oh,
Okay.
now, now Sissy, I just told you about her, a little bit about her. She's the most beautiful Bigfoot I've ever saw in my life, and probably ever will. She's caramel colored. I mean, just like caramel, you know,
Hmm.
and and then she's got blonde highlights at the end of her hair, and she's the most human Bigfoot that you'll ever see in your life. It's really cool. I that's the only way I can explain her to you. I
Okay.
mean, I don't know how else to explain it.
And her hair is
It
very long and silky.
and it's yeah, her hair is very long and silky. You
Okay.
know,
Not
it's
not like you would think with the Patty video.
yeah, but it's almost like she used the best freaking
Hair
Shampoo
products.
and
shampoo and conditioner on her hair in her life. It was that just it was just beautiful. Right there in the sunlight when I seen her that day. I mean, so that was cool.
A lot of people I've talked to along the way have likened the hair on some of these beings to baby hair. That it's very fine, soft, and kind of wispy, and kind of moves very easily. If they move their head, the hair will move very easily. And I
Right,
know that's not all of them, but
right.
that's I've heard that described often, which that's really cool to me. I would imagine it's just like anything else, that they all have very different hair. I've seen some
Right.
hairs that look like that look like they're as thick as a paper clip. You know what I mean? Like real
Yeah.
thick, coarse hair. And then I've
There
seen
are
other
some
hair.
families that yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that, and I think it's from the different types of the region they're from.
Mm-hmm.
and and where they live.
Yep.
And I'm not one of those people that says they're roamers or no, I don't believe in that. They live in a region, and they get to know their area, and you know what I mean.
Well, here's
And
the thing, right? So I'm sure I believe they're omnivores, right?
right,
But an omnivore also eats carnivorous because they eat everything. If
exactly, yeah,
and they may abide by rules of most carnivorous animals that roam the planet, where they're territorial. They have a large range, but that is their territory, and they
correct,
may they
yeah,
may move around that large area, but they have a place in that area that they call home, right? They have stops
right.
that they can go take a nap at, sleep at for a day or two, but they have a home where they come
That's
back
correct.
to in that range. And I kind of believe that too. Um, I'm still having a hard time finding the home base here where I'm at. I think I've only found the places that they pass through and stay for short periods of time. So I'm really hoping to find the home area soon. Here, let me ask you some questions from the chat because we're getting really good questions. Carson wants to know, have you ever brought
I
the
can't hardly hear him.
you can't hear me?
Have you?
Now I can hear you again now, but yeah, I lost you there for a minute.
Carson wants to know, have you ever brought the children any playthings?
Have I ever brought
The children any playthings?
well,
We actually haven't brought the children any play toys yet.
can you hear
No,
me?
I can hear you. Yeah,
Oh,
I,
okay, okay.
I
All
can
right.
hear Vicky too.
So I'm answering the question. Did you want me to answer it from Vicky, or did you want to ask it, or what? I don't know. I
That's all right.
didn't know where you wanted to go with the conversation.
Vicky answered that one. So we'll ask you one more. We'll ask you this one. Bernie wants to know: has Kenny noticed any hair refraction properties in their hair, like Mark Zasky reports? So if you're not familiar, Mark Zasky is a good friend of this channel, and he lives in
Uh-huh.
Florida. He's a researcher down there. He's doing some of the best research, I think, in the country. I don't care what anybody else says. Um,
Yeah.
what he's finding out is that the hair on these creatures and their skin have these really, really interesting properties where the hair, when there's light introduced to the hair starts to almost reflect and refract that light in every color around it. So basically it becomes like a prism. So if they're standing behind a green bush and the sun hits them, that hair then reflects that green back at whatever is out looking at it, and they end up looking green and blend in perfectly with these bushes. If it's brown, then they reflect the brown back, and that's why it becomes so hard for us to see them. Have you seen any of that with these guys?
Yeah, I believe
Junior.
they can blend in with their surroundings at any time.
Mm.
I mean, they can. They're like a salamander.
Yeah,
You see where I'm coming from?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they just or no, not a salamander, but
chameleon,
anyway, you know what I meant.
chameleon.
A chameleon. That's what I meant.
It's all right. It's okay. No big deal. We knew what you
I
meant.
know. But anyway, that's what they are.
Yeah,
And I've seen them. And I sat there and seen Junior before, and he was just standing there. And I knew I could see his face, but his body was just blended right in with the tree that was gray, which
yeah,
he ain't gray,
right.
you know. I mean, but he was blended in with that tree, and then I was like, man, I can't make this call until I see him move.
Mm.
And he finally moved and bent down to pick something up. And that was one of the days that he got Archie on his back. He had Archie on his back, giving him a piggyback ride. That's what I called the article, was the piggyback ride. So that was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, they do, man. They blend in so perfectly. And I mean, it makes sense. You're talking about a giant being. Um, there's no way that they could go pretty undetected for as long as they have, unless they have an incredible natural ability to blend in with their surroundings perfectly. I mean, they would have been, we would have been seeing these things, finding them, bumping into them for a very, very long time if this wasn't the case. So yeah. Here we go. We got another question here.
Okay.
John wants to know, what kind of gifts have they left for you, and what do you like to give them?
All right. Well, we started gifting them bread.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we still gift them to this day. Now we've also gifted them peanut butter and sometimes some chicken, even a little bit.
They like that peanut butter.
Oh, they love peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
What they'll do with that is, and the reason why we do this way is to make sure we know it's the family doing it, not another animal.
Right.
Because once you get a gifting spot, it's a sacred place.
Mm-hmm.
Always know that with Bigfoot. That's a fact. And we can put a loaf of bread down there, and they'll leave it there for 3 or 4 days before they come and take it, and no other animal will touch it. Can you believe that, out in the middle of nowhere?
I've heard it before.
Well, it's the truth. But anyway, what was the other story I was on? See, I told you I'd be a trip.
What you gifted them? Beer
Oh, we gifted them bread.
and beer.
Yeah, we even gifted them beer one day, and they put, yeah, we did, because we forgot the bread, and we had taken a couple of beers down there, because we just sat there for a long time sometimes. So
Yeah.
we'd take like a 6-pack down there or whatever, and we just sip on beer while we sat there and listened to them do their vocalizations and stuff, and then occasionally we get to see one of them. I mean, they don't show themselves all the time, obviously. I'm not saying that, but we get to see them more often than not, you
Yeah.
know, and that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah.
They don't always show up. We go down there sometimes and they're nowhere to be seen,
Right.
and you can't even hear one, you
Right.
know, but they're always in distance of us and they know we're there. Even they don't let us know that we know that they're there, if that makes any
We've
sense.
been
Absolutely.
fortunate.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
We've been fortunate enough to get
it,
vocalizations, though.
yeah, almost every time we go, we get vocalizations all the time. I
That's
mean,
that's
yeah.
incredible. That's incredible. Yeah. Did Vicky, I don't think I got the email. Did you send it?
I sent it to you.
Oh, I
It
got it.
showed,
I got it. I got it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
no worries. No, you're a busy man recouping from being sick.
Oh wait, no, I didn't get it.
You did not get it.
Uh-oh.
I got an email from you, but there's no attachment.
Okay. I'm resending it now.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna play that audio clip. It's amazing. Real quick, here's a couple other questions. Can Kenny describe some of the features of some of the Sasquatches, especially their face? Can you describe, maybe give us the description of one or two of these guys' faces?
Yeah, I've already kind of done it to Sissy on
Yep.
already. I mean, she's more human looking. I mean, like I don't know how to explain it. That's why I've never tried to explain it before online before, because
So
it's kind of hard to explain.
yeah,
It's
for some people it's difficult to do this. So here, I'll help you.
yeah,
So you say Sissy's more human looking. So a lot of the times
yeah,
we find that the a lot of the Sasquatch end up looking more ape, and when they look more ape, they have that really thick brow ridge, right? It sticks out really far. The eyes are sunken
right.
in. The nose is really wide. The
Yeah,
mouth is
kind of like
really.
some of your aunts and uncles, in your family. Yeah, exactly.
I
That's
don't.
that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Some of them are that way, and some of them are like Sissy. That's more beautiful, you
Yeah.
know.
Okay. So she doesn't have those characteristics then. So she doesn't have an overly thick brow ridge or a very big
Exactly.
wide
Very
nose.
feminine. Very
Very
feminine.
feminine for a Bigfoot. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way.
Yeah, and this is not the first time I've heard this. I've heard one other person describe seeing a female Sasquatch that they described as pretty. They said that she was
Yes,
pretty. They said she was covered in hair,
yes,
just like every other Bigfoot, but that
right.
she had very feminine features. She had very pretty almond-shaped eyes. Her nose was not very big. She had a brow ridge that was still a little prominent, but nothing crazy. And
Right.
even her body was shaped like a female's body.
And it is.
Yep, she had childbearing hips and a
Yep.
smaller waist, and she didn't have really broad shoulders like the males do.
Nope.
And then you have
Yep.
Patty. Then you have Patty, who, to me, without the breasts, would look like a male.
Correct. Yeah.
Very
Uh,
big, very broad, just hulking. Um,
Totally different group of Bigfoot family.
Again, yeah,
Yeah.
so different part of the country too. Um, and,
Yeah.
and then I think that makes a lot of difference between what they look like, what their body shape is like, depending on where they're at in this country. It makes sense because that's what nature says is supposed to happen.
Right.
The colder the environment, the larger the animal is supposed to be. The warmer the environment, the smaller they're supposed to be. Now, in your case, and in
See,
Mark,
that's what I'm saying. What's the deal with my case on that?
yeah, and you're not the only one, because Mark in Florida also he has, that's warm, hot, humid weather, and he's getting some down there that are 14 feet.
Right. Yeah.
He's got a lot of them that are measuring around 10 or 11 feet. And
Yeah.
there's one video that he's got where I swear to God, that when you look at this video, he has a friend who's walking through a field up towards these bushes, and all you can see is the face of this being, and the face looks
Wow.
big
That's
looks
cool.
big enough to bite this guy in half. I mean, that's how big it looks. That's not an exaggeration. That's how big
I
it looks.
understand. I understand. I've seen them
Yeah,
before. I know.
crazy. It's it's just crazy. Um,
It
okay,
is.
so
It is.
Did you get the video?
Did you get the audio or the video? It's actually a video.
no, it's not. The
I
video's
sent
not
you.
coming through. All I'm
Oh
getting
my
is your text from it.
God.
He's just getting the
I
text from it. So
Let me see something. Let me see if I can get it. Hold on.
Can you pull it up from where it got sent through Messenger?
I might be able to. Wait, Messenger? You sent it to me in Messenger? Oh yeah, you
I
did.
sent it to you in Messenger.
Yep. Hold on. Let me see. Let me do this. Okay. More. Forward.
Cigarette.
It's not gonna let me do it.
Mm,
Do you have on your you film this on your phone, correct?
It's on his. Yes.
Yeah, I filmed it on my phone.
Yes.
So oh man, nuts. I wish I knew that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it because I would need the original clip.
I mean, I
Well,
from his
I
from
got you.
his phone that he's on, I can send the original clip.
You just have to go back through my.
But you're on the phone that
I know. Anyway, I guess that ain't gonna happen tonight. So,
Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna try to find it.
wait a second. Hold on.
What's the name of the group again? It's Bigfoot Believers.
yeah, Bigfoot believers and other creatures.
And Bigfoot.
And other creatures.
Yes.
Okay.
Bigfoot believers and other creatures.
Yep.
All right. Let me see if I can pull it from there. Let me see if I can pull it from there. Share.
Here it is. I sent it to you in Messenger.
Yeah, I can't pull it from there.
Oh Lordy gee.
It's all right. It's all right. I think I got it. I think I might have it now. I think I might have it now. Let me see.
Well, I hope it shows up.
Let me see.
Good.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna go on my email and check. See if I can pull this
All
up.
right.
That email, not that one. We got this. Come on. Open up now.
Tell them about Mantiwa. That's also another specialist. That's another family member you haven't mentioned.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. We're gonna try this. And we lost Kenny. Sorry, guys. Come on. All right. I don't know why it's not working. Come on. Son of a. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. We lost Kenny altogether. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to just play this through my microphone so you guys can hear it.
Can you hear him now? Oh, my goodness. Can you hear him now?
Yeah.
Now I can hear you.
Oh, there goes the males off. Their lungs are fabulous. There goes Sissy again.
No.
Man, those
So as you guys can hear, and I hope you could hear, you did. There was some that was a lot clearer, but in the background there is this sustained ooh that just goes on for like I don't even know 30, 40 seconds, sometimes close to a minute. It seems like, and then at the end you hear it like like a Bigfoot howl, but it is the longest, most sustained howl, scream, roar, whatever you want to call it, that I've ever heard. And then there were a couple other vocals on there. If you go um Hope, are you still on here, honey? If you go to actually it's shared on our group. If you go to the Encrypted Connections group, let me see if I can share it. Let me see if I can share it. I'm going to share it. And, this is going to be weird, I think. That's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. Sorry, guys. We're trying. We lost Kenny. Kenny's gone. We lost Kenny. No, and I'm on my own thing. Here we go. I'm going to share the link. All right. I just shared the link in the chat. So if you guys want to go listen directly, you can go listen directly. So it's really some of the craziest, incredible. I really haven't heard any vocals that with that sustained howl for that long. I mean, it's nuts. It at first, what I thought was going on is I thought that it was maybe one of those emergency tests of like the emergency sirens that you have in your town for like a nuclear bomb or something like that. But then at the end, it doesn't just stop like an emergency siren does. The howl becomes this more like pronounced wail, where they go ooh at the end when they're done. And you can clearly tell that this is not some siren. This is a howl. I mean, the lung capacity, like he said, is it's insane. It is insane. And and when I say this, I only say this because I'm not there, and I say this just about to anybody who comes on the show. If what he says is going on down there is really going on, it's pretty incredible stuff. A family of 12. It's that is a lot. That's a whole lot of Sasquatch. It's man, I don't even know. And to have a relationship with him for so long is really something special. Maybe imitating the siren. Yeah, it could. You're absolutely very well could be. I mean, we know they imitate other things. Why not? And there's two of them doing it. I really it's just Bigfoot experience. Many researchers report these things. I wish I could tell you that. We lost Kenny there. Oh, hold on. We might have him back here. Let me check, see if this works. Get a few more minutes in with him, and then I'm gonna go lay down. All right, we got him back. Kenny, we got you back, buddy. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm having trouble hearing you, though.
You're having trouble hearing me?
Hold on a second.
Hold on, Kyle. Oh, dude, got to do with me. All right, try that.
All right, let's try this. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
It's kind of like in an alien form, but yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be your connection, buddy, over there. It's all right. I mean, because I got full Wi-Fi right here. I got a full connection, so it's okay. It's no big deal. We're at an hour and 15 minutes anyway. We're gonna go a couple more minutes and then we're gonna get going. But I played them. People heard them. It's insane. That when I first heard it, I'm going to tell you this because I'm always honest. When I first heard it, that sustained one in the background that's going off the background for like a minute. I thought to myself,
at least a minute.
Yeah, I thought to myself, this is a siren. I'm hearing an emergency siren until it got to the end of it, and then you heard the
Now I can't understand what you're saying. It's going ask me that question again.
Like a Pac-Man game.
Yeah, it sounds like a video game right now. All you're doing, your voice is going like a video game. You know what I mean? But hold on a second.
Can you hear him now? Can you hear him now?
I can hear you.
There you go.
Okay. So you can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Well, you're still doing a video game type, but yeah, talk to me again so I can see.
So what I was saying is that it sounded like a siren until the end, until the creature got to the end, and then you could hear the different tone at the end where it went from to and then it ended. The inflection was different, so you could hear that this was clearly coming from some type of being. This wasn't a siren, it was a being. And I don't know, but I know for a fact I've never heard anything that has been that loud that long. I've never heard a recording that has that has that kind of sustained power and lung
Right.
capacity. I just haven't. I've heard howls, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, maybe even 20 seconds. I've never heard
Yeah,
one.
maybe.
Yeah, I've
But
never ever heard one that long. Never.
I told my wife, I've been telling her that's the most, and we only discovered this like, I mean, we take videos sometimes, but we always tell them before we take videos, out of respect. It's
Right.
the respect thing. That's how you get to know a Bigfoot family, is out of respect. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And we always tell them when we're going to take photos or whatnot, and but wait, yeah, but those howls, I mean, right there, I mean, it's lasting so long. That's when you hear me go, well, hey, or the heck, or whatever I said, what the heck, I think, or what the hey is what my wife said. I said, and you never hear me say that, when I'm out there with them,
Yeah.
and it was just because it was so amazing. I mean,
Yes.
it just kept going
It's
and going.
baffling. You didn't know that's not something normal you hear in life. I mean, that's just, that is that the chest cavity on whatever that is has got to be absolutely massive. Massive.
Massive.
Like dinosaur big.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I mean, well, once you've seen Daddy, you know how dinosaur big
Well,
he is.
I mean,
Eh,
you've
Well,
had
he ain't really dinosaur big,
you
but
had an experience with Junior where he just kept on standing.
right. Yeah. But man, after the vocal, see, that's the great thing about these vocalizations is you can hear it and you could think it's a siren or something, but it's not a siren because he lets out his exhalation at the end. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It
The inflection changes.
yes, he's like and then
Right.
like that. I mean, you knew it was a human like figure without
Right.
a doubt.
Right.
I mean, that's what's so cool about that vocalization. And Sissy is so close to us too. She's like 50 foot away, right across the creek.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just right across the creek. We just can't see her at the time.
But I think it's
But
when Archie
yeah,
was born.
that might have been when Archie was born. I don't know.
Well, that's amazing. Our friend River in Australia wants to know, have you ever seen them on all fours?
Yes, we have seen them on all fours a lot of times.
Yeah, they move good on all fours, man.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, the first time I ever seen Archie, the little guy we're talking about right now, as a matter of fact, I seen him on all fours. That's how they start walking, as a matter of fact.
I believe that too. I've heard that a bunch of times, that the young ones start out on all fours and then learn to move bipedally as they go. But
Yeah,
even as adults, they move perfectly on all fours, perfectly. And that flex in the, oh, son of a gun. Sorry guys, Kenny's having trouble with the Wi-Fi connection or something. River, I got to get on a plane and get down to Australia, man. I watched this really amazing documentary. If you guys have the time, go to Amazon Prime. It's new. It's the sequel to Track, which came out, I think, a year or two ago. It was a search for the Yowie in Australia. Well, this is called Tracking the Lore, and it's about after those really, really, really horrific bushfires in Australia, and the researchers are wondering if these beings survived. This is one of the best documentaries on the subject I have seen in a very long time. It's very well done. There is some amazing video clips, thermal clips, pictures, and then my guess is there's going to be a third film, just from what happens at the end. And man, I'll tell you what a great, those guys did a phenomenal job, and that makes me want to go there so bad. It's the forests are just incredible there. I mean, it's like a different world. It's like a totally different world. Am I interested in going to Mark Z's camp out? The camp out? What camp out? I'm interested in going to Mark's house and sleeping on his couch for a week while I go out with him in his area. That's going to happen at some point for sure. He's having a camp out? I did not know about this. If this is something new, which means I'm going to have to get on the phone and maybe chew him out. I'm just kidding. I love Mark. Yeah, wow, same sounds as your Yowies. Absolutely same sounds as your Yowies from what I heard in that documentary that I just mentioned. Both of them, Track and Tracking the Lore, have some wonderful vocals that are just incredible. And if you guys haven't watched it, I suggest going and watching it. Also, I suggest if you have the time, go watch David Paulides' new movie, the new Missing 411 Alien Connection. Also on Amazon Prime. Another great flick, man. Oh, so good. But that Tracking the Lore is the best movie documentary film I have seen in a while. It's so good. It's so I recommended it to good old Godfather Al Santariga. We were talking on the phone, and I said, "Hey, man, if you got a minute, if you got 2 hours, hour and a half, you got to watch this and let me know what you think." And he messaged me back, and he said, "Damn, that was a great film." And yeah, it's good. So Mark's taking four people in February. He's doing a weekend event. Yeah, that sounds amazing. That sounds great. But I think God, this is going to sound probably really bad, or I don't know if it's going to sound, I don't know how this is going to sound. In my head, it sounds bad. I think I'd probably just rather wait and go like down by myself. Because he told me I could come down. He invited me to come stay at the house and go out with him and Melanie. And I think I'll probably do that. I think what I'm going to try to do, this is my plan, if I can somehow get the funds, I'm going to try to do a 2-week trip. I'm going to try to go to Mark in Florida. And then from there, I'm going to try to go 1 week with Mark in Florida, or 4 days or whatever, and then go from there directly to Alabama to Mark Green. How you Silicaca? How you say it? Silicaca, Alabama. I can't say it. I always get it all messed up. So that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to go Zasky to Mark Green, film both for a week, hopefully get something, and then put all that together as one like mini documentary, or maybe a full documentary about the southern Sasquatch and swamp apes in that area, because both people have been amazing. Silicaga, is that how you say it? Okay. Both people are amazing. Both people are friends. I consider good friends, great friends, wonderful people, and have extended their hand to say that you can come down and stay and go out. And I would love to do that. I still have to go up to Vermont with Mr. Noel, but that's not going to be until spring because he's done. His group is not in his research area right now. They've moved on to a little warmer area, which is probably more down south. Probably my guess is they've probably moved into Massachusetts or maybe even Connecticut because it's a little warmer here than it is up there. Sylacauga. All right, we got it. Thank you, Janelle. Appreciate that. That's such a fun name, Sylacauga, Alabama. That sounds so fun. Booger. Love that too. I don't know why people don't like calling them boogers. I love it. So I guess we lost Kenny. Oh man, look at who just popped in. Famalam. Ace to see everyone. What a guest. Listen to that work in the car up the path. I love you, Fresh, man. I love you. Are you still in hiding from the order of the garter belts? I love you, brother. I do. Me and Fresh talk often. Although I haven't been feeling good the last couple of days. I've been sleeping a lot, and I know he's messaged me, and I haven't got back to him. It's nothing personal, buddy. I really haven't been feeling good. As much as I'm trying to fight it on here, I'm so like beat up and worn out, pal. But we'll talk. I'll message you tomorrow morning, I promise. But we talk just about every day. I know who killed Kenny, you bastards. And Fresh had an outing the other day that apparently was pretty crazy. We'll have him back on again soon. We'll make that a regular thing. I love you, pal. Man, I'll tell you right now, if we lived close to each other, don't mind this big zit thing or whatever this is on my face. I'll just do this for the whole show, for the rest of the show. That looks good, right? 42 years old. Somehow I got a zit on my face. Yeah. If we lived near each other, close by, we would be in so much trouble. We would get in so much trouble. It would just be bad. We'd feed off each other. What? No trespassing? What? No, it's not conspicuous, right? If I do that for the whole show, something like that, this, we'll figure it out. Oh, stop it. You're a liar. You don't get F all. Get out of here. Yeah. All right. I love you, buddy. So crazy stuff going on down there, I guess. I mean, they get his whole family. I wish he had better connection. These things happen. It's live. It worked when we did the test earlier. It worked fine. Here you see. Funny. Thank you. What a jerk. Yes, I am. Growing experiment on my snout. Jerk. So yeah, he's got all this stuff going on down there. This big family, 14 of them. I mean, they've given them names. And somebody asked in the chat, have they ever spoken words? He told me when we talked before that they have spoken English to them, but I believe what he said was not with their mouths. It was through mind speak that they spoke English words and told them things. And but they have also spoken certain words, just a few in English, if I remember right, and I may not because I have a terrible memory. But crazy stuff, man, crazy stuff. And this is the thing. I know to some people may say, oh, that's bull. Oh, there's no way. I say, yeah, prove it. Prove that it's not happening, right? And they'll say, well, tell him to prove it is. No, the impetus is on you at that point. If you're saying what's going on is not real, the impetus is on you to prove that it's not going on, right? If you've ever seen one of these beings and you do not have an open mind to every and anything being possible, I don't know what kind of world you're living in. It is a much better, much more fun, much more exciting world to live in when you have an open mind and you say to yourself, man, I believe anything's possible, because it is. We had this talk the other night, right? You can't see God. No one here's ever seen God, but people believe in it, in him and her and it, so completely that they dedicate their entire lives to worshiping it, him, her. But you can't believe in this. I just throw my hands up at that point. I got nothing for you at that point. I'm sorry. You're not going to believe me. No, he said to me that he's never had an experience with them where they were ever mean to him. Nope, never, not once. I asked him, I said, you never scared out there when we talked the first time? And he said, no, I wasn't scared. Kenny's, man, look at what you see is what you get. We've talked a few times. Kenny's a sweet guy. He's a very nice guy. Happy-go-lucky, smiling, laughing, having a good old time. Just, that's just who he is. And his wife Vicky's a wonderful lady. She's his wrangler, like I guess most of our ladies are. If you have a lady, a good one, they're your wrangler. They get you in check when you need it. Yeah, it's too bad, Bernie. It stinks. Maybe I'll see if I can't get a short interview with him to finish off. Maybe I'll record it and post it on the page. I asked him where they go to rest, sleep at night, or no, I didn't ask him that. I didn't ask him that. But according to him, he Sissy would be in my bed. That's what he says anyway. He was nervous. It was his first interview. He was nervous, and he's a talker anyway. He talks. When we had our little pre-interview, he talked, and he goes off in little tangents and gets going, and Vicky's there to reel him back in. She's got the lasso, and she can get back here, boy. I will ask him. I will absolutely ask him. The Summer Man. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard them called Guardians of the Water if they're near the water. I've heard them called Buckwas. I've heard them called Yowie Yeren, Yeti, Genosqua. You would be in Sissy's bed, not the other way around. Yeah, probably not a whole lot I could do about it either, Bernie. I mean, I'm 6'3", 280. She's probably 8'3", 880. What the hell am I going to do? Wish you would interview Carson. Why, Carson? You got stuff going on? Why do I not know this? Carson, do you have stuff going on? It's so hard for me to keep up with everybody and everything. I forget so much. You have to remember, I get emails daily. I get messages daily, not to mention my regular job and work that I do. The amount of stuff that I have to try to remember is just so hard. And then I have to message people daily too. I have to email people daily too, try to get people on the show. Then remember who I emailed, what did they say? It's just hard for you to remember. So please don't take it personally if I forget something like that. But Janelle says she wishes I would interview Carson. Carson, if you have you had an encounter? Oh, buddy, I would do it now, but I've been on for an hour and 35 minutes, and I still don't feel really good. So I don't. I'd rather have him on and do a full interview. and I can't go another hour and a half right now. You only have 44K unread emails. You have nothing going on. Yeah, I think it's up to 46 now. The lads have got some. Carson has a lot of stuff. Well, Carson, then let's do it. I mean, what are we talking? What are we doing? Let's do it. Let's do it. You want to come on the show? I would love to have you on. I don't know why I didn't know this. River, I need to get you on the show too. I mean, I need to get River on. The lads have got some great footage, brother Kyle. Friend request and message him. I don't know his name. Is his real name Carson? Is you message me, Janelle. Tell me how to get a hold of him, and I'll friend request him. Or Carson, you friend request me and message me. Kyle Connolly, CONNOLLY on Facebook. You'll see my picture. It's my modeling picture when I was a model in Bangladesh. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. I was never a model ever anywhere. The great footage. You talking about talking about Kenny, or are we talking about that documentary that I was talking about, River? Because that was incredible. I'm going to go watch it again when I go to sleep. That's what I'm going to put on because it was just so good. It's worth watching twice, 3 times. Be good to have a monthly members night. Members being, what do you mean? Like subscribers? I mean, we could do a monthly members night. I could make you all pay to be on my Patreon and do it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Although at some point I may need to do that to continue to survive. You need to watch. I put the link to Kenny's video with the audio that in the chat. So if you scroll back up, that's in there. But the documentary I'm talking about is on Amazon Prime, and it's so worth the watch, man. It's so good. It's called Tracking the Lore. It's in Australia. It's trying to find out if these things have made it, have survived those horrible brush fires that wiped out so much forest in the Blue Mountains, and it was terrible. I mean, they just erupted and happened so fast. It's incredible. And if you watch that's the second one. The first one's called Track. The second one's called Tracking the Lore. Super good. Super good. Carson, buddy, are you still here? You bowed out. My guess is you bowed out. Man, I didn't know Carson had stuff going on. I don't know why I didn't know this. It's really hard for me to follow the chat a lot of times when I have people on. Thanks, Chanel. Had lots of different stuff happen all my life, but I should be careful what I can say just now. Understood. I totally understand, buddy. I really do. I get it. If you'd like to, if you ever feel like you want to, please reach out. You can if you message me on Facebook, Kyle Connolly, CONNOLLY, and then you'll see my picture. Just friend request me, message me. That's the best way to get a hold of me. My email has 46,000 unread emails in it, according to Hope. But I'm telling you, it really may be closer to like 60,000. I have no idea. I would love it. I would love to have a co-host once in a while, man. It would make it so much easier. It really would. It's difficult to be able to like answer chat questions or like follow everything. It's so hard, especially when you have a guest on and you want to pay attention to the guest, right? And then it's like I'm trying to type and the guest is there and I'm looking down at the thing or I'm looking over there and it just you feel, it's a lot. It's a lot. So a co-host is very helpful. Co-host is very helpful. But it's all right. I'm good, man. I'll be all right. But anyway, I guess we lost Kenny for good. I was hoping maybe he'd come back. I guess the signal is just not good enough. But we got some cool stuff, man. Wow, Fresh, I have no idea ever what you're saying most of the time. I mean, just, I have no idea. You told me he was in the orifice of a unicorn a couple weeks ago. He's over here saying his sweet brother of the upside down landed vice in his fist pump champ. No one understands you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You don't see the link, Diane? It's back up pretty far. There's been quite a few. It's quite a lot of talk. But it's there. I promise. Hope shared it too to the Bigfoot Believers group. I don't know if it's the actual link. Yep, it's up there. It was 8:42 p.m. It's a Facebook link. Oh, hey, Carson. Yeah, I was just going to ask about what Janelle said about interviewing you, but I saw what you said, that you had to be careful about what you were doing, what you said. So totally understand. Completely, totally understand. Hope is putting up Kenny's group. If you go back to 8:42 p.m., I posted the link. It takes you, I think, directly to the post itself. It should anyway. But yeah, Carson, if you ever feel like you want to, I'm here, man. I'd love to have you on. Love to talk to you. You could do, we do everything we can to keep your identity concealed, not show your face, change your name, whatever. But no pressure. Whenever, it's up to you. We'll leave it at that. Totally up to you. Just know that I'm here, and I would do everything I can to make sure that you feel comfortable and as safe as possible. So that's all. That's all. I'm just really upset that I didn't know you had all this stuff. I mean, I knew you talked about some stuff, but I guess I didn't realize. I don't know. Ah, man. Bernie lived here. Yeah, I would love to too. No, for sure. Carson's here all the time, man. One of the most loyal people we got, and that's that means so much to me. You guys all mean so much to me. Really, I can't even tell you. Donnie talked about it 2 nights ago. The real blessing is the people here. It's just incredible people, wonderful people. Bernie, I told you I'd want to interview you at some point, man. I just like to talk about interesting stuff. And being in NYPD for a long time is pretty interesting stuff. River, we need to connect. I definitely need to have you on, brother. Brew. Need to have you on, Brew. Carson is probably part of the Bigfoot Mafia. He probably is. You're right. Probably is. Such an awesome group of people. Yeah, amazing group. Just the best. The absolute best. I can't say enough. Can't say enough. But listen, guys, I'm tired. My throat hurts. I got a headache, and I got work I have to do tomorrow, and yada yada, whatever. And then Friday night, please come watch. I posted the link on the community tab today. Do I think I might go to Donnie's? Yeah, I'm absolutely going to go to Donnie's. 100%. Here, I'll tell you right now. This is what's going to happen. I don't know when or exactly this is all going to happen, but I will go to Donnie's at some point. I 100% will be going to Mark's at some point. So maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should do Mark's and Donnie's in the same trip. Then Mark Green in Alabama is definitely one that I'm going to go to. Christopher Noel in Vermont. I've been invited. These are places I've been asked to go and been invited to go, and places I want to go. And so, yep, I will be going there. Arkansas. Arkansas. I don't think I've been invited anywhere in Arkansas. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, I can't either, Diane. I can't either. There's some stuff that's there's some stuff in the works. It's going to take a little time, but there's some stuff in the works that I have some really good, some really great, amazing, just incredible people helping me with. One of these things is potentially, Alabama, Diane. Yep, Mark Green, Alabama. One of them things is filming a documentary, and then potentially trying to get that documentary seen by the right people, so that it can be seen by more and more people, which is a big deal. I mean, that's awesome. And then also Whitehall, New York, I plan to go to with Bigfoot Lake and Lake Ferry. We've talked about this many times. That might be the first place I go. Because it's probably one of the easiest places for me to get to. So yeah, that would be amazing. But yeah, we're planning on it. We're planning on it. It's just, I'm a regular guy. I don't have a lot. It's hard for me to do things. So trying to work out ways and how I can, get this stuff going. But it'll happen. God will make it happen, because I believe it's supposed to. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really awesome. This channel is going to change. It's going to grow. It's going to get better. That's what we're going to do. There's going to be some changes coming just in a month. I promise you. Some really, really awesome stuff is about to happen. In just a month, the quality of things is going to change. The quality of the live videos is going to change completely. Especially the boots on the ground stuff. You wait until you see. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. So I'm going to go. So please, if you can, please come support on Friday night. Bushcraft family. I'm going to be on there. They're going to interview me. Probably ask me about my shaving habits and what toothpaste I use, how I put my socks on, that kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting. Be really interesting. I'm just kidding. So please come along. The link is in the community tab. I'll post it to the group, Facebook group. I'll post it to the Instagram page. I'll probably put up a quick live too. Advertise the channel. I did. I advertised their channel. It's in a post I put on our channel. Bushcraft Family. That's the name of the channel. So please go check them out. I will do another post tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you. I'm reading everybody telling me to get some rest. Take care. Thank you guys. You too. I will. So hopefully I'll see you Friday. If not, also we have next week on Tuesday, Miss Gail Beatty, longtime Bigfoot researcher. You wait. I say this often, but I promise you, right hand to God, wait until you hear the stories this lady has to share. Not just her own encounters, but encounters of other people that she was either a part of, went to help out, was called about. I mean, just when we talked the other night, I was like jaw on the floor going, are you kidding me? She is a super sweet lady. She will be on Tuesday. And then no, you can monetize your channel, buddy. Only lightly though, not like some. We will support that. I don't know what you mean. How can I monetize? I can't monetize. I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. And then we have hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up my calendar. Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, I did. I linked my PayPal for the first time in the description, and and only for this reason. Please understand this, okay? I had people ask me to. I had subscribers who literally reached out asking, telling me, please link it. There are some of us who want to do this. We want to help. I'm not asking for anything. Nobody has to give me anything. That's not what this is about. I put it there because there were people who said they wanted to help. They said we have the means. We really enjoy the channel. We'd like to try to make it grow and get better. And so please put it there. None of you need to give me a thing. Nothing. Not a penny. Honestly, I don't give a shit. I'm going to do this anyway, as best as I can. That is only for the people who asked over and over and over. And I mean, like multiple times said, please, please, please just do it for us. So it's there. For those of you, and I know there was at least one or two of those people were in the chat tonight. So it's there in case, you wanted to. Again, I don't care. I love you guys no matter what. It's not about that for me. If people do, good golly, I don't even know what to say or what to think. I'd be so incredibly grateful, but I'd also almost kind of feel bad. But it's there. So, take what you will from it. I put a whole thing in front of it too that said the same thing. This is not me asking for a penny. This is for those people who asked me to put it there, and that's that. And that's all I'll say about it. So anyway, thank you guys. I'm gonna go rest. I will see you Friday night, hopefully, and then next week, Miss Gail. I'm sure, River. I'm absolutely positive they did, and I believe that they probably know when these things are going to happen, and are able to get out of there before they happen. I really do. I believe that they have a natural ability to understand. Also, next Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern Time, Miss Lauren Smith from Night Callers Bigfoot Radio will be on, and we'll be discussing some cool stuff about the next generation of Bigfooters and how, getting the kids involved. I think you should. I think it's important. Plus, if one of my nieces or nephews acts up, then I'm using them for bait. Too bad. Act up. That's what you get. Peace. No, I'm just kidding. All right, that's it. I'm enough. It's enough. I'm going to bed. Love you guys. I will see you in a few days. Have a good night. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry it was kind of all over the place, but this is what happens. This is life. YouTube is not real. Is not totally real. Real life is real, and real things happen, and that's what happened tonight. But we did what we could. Kenny's a wonderful guy. His wife is a sweetheart. I thank them both for coming on, and I love all of you. Have a wonderful night. Love and light. Until the next time.